Alright, so maybe it was bound to happen. Of course I was gonna make another funny stories video. There's too many good stories. Which is why today, I'm making funny stories part 2. Alright, but before I tell any story, I'm gonna be joined by Jake the Menace. So buckle up and grab your favorite snack, and let's do this. Alright, so this first story, it's a pretty goofy one. I was in class doing my normal work, 3rd period, and it was like dead silent in the room, like no sound at all. No sound whatsoever. And I remember perfectly what I was doing. I was about to answer number 3 on my worksheet when I hear the noise of Siri say,
"I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that."
and then I just look over to the kid and I'm like, bro, you are not for real. At this point, everybody's heads turn at him, even the teacher. And the teacher just like gets up and she's like, did anybody hear that? Everybody just like looks at each other. They're like, well, wow, I didn't hear anything. And his phone wasn't on like quiet either. Nah, it was like on full volume. And then the kid just starts like pointing at people. He's like, who did that? Who? Was it you? Was it you? Was it you? Just like trying not to frame him.
One day I was chilling with my homies at the park, right? And then the day before that, I went to the park with my homies to go play baseball. I realized that I left my iPad on the grill and it was hot and it had rained 2 times.
What did you have your iPad on the grill for?
So I ran back home because it's like 3 blocks away, and I saw my iPad and I was like, holy. And then I ran up to it and I looked at it. It was cooked. There was water. There was like water droplets on it. I called my mom. I was like, Ma. My dad came and he looked at the iPad. He was like, oh my God, what did you do?
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of left it outside and I kind of forgot it. When we went to like the GameStop place where we went to, it all looked black, and like, you know how like it looks green because there's like hard drives and stuff. It was all black, like literally cooked. Like the things looked like beans.
Might as well have just ate them.
I was about to eat it. And I fixed it, and I.
Alright, so this next story starts at the beginning of the day when I was at school. Not really day. It was morning, black outside still. So I was just getting to my first period class, and you know, it was a typical 8 o'clock morning. At one point, we were just on the computers, probably doing some project or something, I don't know. I see this white object flying past me, and it lands on somebody. It landed on Proper, and it was in his hair. And then, like, everybody was just laughing, like, just kind of, like, giggling, smirking. They were like, oh my gosh, look at Proper over there. And then finally, somebody went up to Proper and took it out of his hair, except they didn't throw it away. They gave it back to the person that shot it. So then, that person was still in possession of this object, or whatever it was, and then they flung it at somebody else, and the kid, he was like sleeping in class, alright? And this is where the story takes a turn for the worse. The teacher sees it hit him. She's like, blah blah blah, come to the front of the classroom. And I'm like, oh man, they're done, they're cooked. The kid goes up, and then he still has the thing on his shoulder, doesn't realize it. And then she's like, what's that? And he's like, what's what? And she just looks at him like, bro, are you for real? And then she finally takes it off of him, and then she's like, this is a piece of glue. And I'm like, oh, so that's what it was. And then she's like, who threw this? And nobody confesses. She's like, all right, I'm giving you a chance. And still, nobody raises their hand. They're like, nope, it wasn't me. Nobody said that. And she was like, all right, that's it. Put your heads on the desk. So then we had to put our heads on the desk for like 5 minutes. And it literally felt like I was in some sort of like interrogation room. And she was just being so intimidating. Like, she just stared at people straight in the eyes. And then she just keeps going around the room just trying to figure out who it is. She's like, was it you? And then they're like, nope. And then she went up to the table and grabbed all the glue sticks, every single one of them, and took off the cap individually. And she was like, oh, this one doesn't have any glue. What a surprise. And I was like, bro, what in the world? And I was like, oh my gosh, they're done. So then the whole 3 people at that table had to go in the hall. They eventually figured it out. But yeah, I guess that about wraps it up. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.